Glaive loves the dualies in the CT pistol. He's pulled them out. He's trying to draw them in. He wants them to come fighting. Well, careful what you wish for. JT with the first, but it's the second set of dualies that'll start to rattle away. Once again, JT, the player to lay the lead in the head. And now it's down to 3 players left for Astralis. One of which inside of the B site. It is Zipex. We're going to hold this as here comes Complexity attacking through. Zip slips on by to the left side. Farlig helping him, and Zip with a follow-up. It's all down to Floppy in a 1v3, leaping in towards the B site under so much pressure from so many different angles. And finally, an end will be put to the first round of Overpass. Started the B site. Currently 2 players here. It is Glaive and Zipex. One of the rifles is there towards the front of Monster. Zip is going to go through and get himself the first pick. JT held away. Zip just playing in and around the pillar, sends Glaive out for the fight, and FaNg with some important kills opens up a chance into the B site. Junior will follow up upon that, and Complexity have found their way into the B site safely. Bomb plant's going to go through 2.
2 players low on the Complexity side. At least there's no nades, but BlameF is still alive, and he can definitely be deadly.
Yeah, Floppy is the player that needs to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, and he is going to be the first point of contact, and he will win the fight versus BlameF. So that's the rifle gone. And Farlig's on the scout. He's nowhere near the site. No kid on his back right now. He does have a smoke available. Needs this kill. Shot will land to the chest, but not enough damage done for the kill. Sports Junior has to be aware that some of them are low, but Junior to the headshot and Complexity to their first round. Not only allows you a better vantage point with some cover, but you can leave a player there where you drop away. And Glaive is going to stay up inside of the party, but he's going to be caught in a very difficult spot if he doesn't drop immediately, and he does drop. He stays behind cover. He's come through with that first kill. Glaive looking for the follow-up. Even had his teammate in behind him. As Grim swings around, you'll see 2 players.
Oh, it's the bomb.
Yeah, that is the bomb. That is the bomb, and it's in a rough spot, but it is starting to get away.
I thought BlameF might peek off the back of it, but he wasn't sure if there were more Ts there, and now FaNg will try and open up B.
Yeah, Zipex with a D, tight angle, sees FaNg and does a sprinkle of damage. Floppy taking out Config. Glaive climbs up on another boost this time. Oh, peering down into the B site. It's good for a kill on Floppy. Junior trades it out. FaNg gets deep, but in Zipex with a deagle. He's got the pick back and to thrust Junior into the clutch, and he is caught on 2 sides. There's BlameF that'll close it out. You play what you can.
Ooh, good shot from Grim. Would definitely like to see Farlig showing up too, but it's actually the digs from Complexity we got to talk about. I thought this round was going to be pretty one-sided for Astralis, but Complexity, you got something to say about that?
Still could be, you know, you still could close this one out. He's got a good start here. Grim catches Config inside a connector, so we are going to need to see more out of Zip and Farlig in this team to deliver us in the 25 seconds left an Astralis round. The AK is going to hold. Floppy crosses out. Low HP. The rifle should take him down immediately. Even better with a headshot. But Zip needs to be careful, and he has isolated these fights very well. Zipex just shutting it down. The bomb rolls to his feet. 10 seconds left. FaNg has to go back and get the bomb, and it's rolled down into the water, and in the distraction and in the confusion, Farlig brings him down, especially because of how long Complexity are taking here. And because of the amount of time left, they might take even more time.
Complexity are wrapping into long from bathrooms. I don't know if Astralis will expect that.
Yeah, but he's going to see a couple players here. That's execution onto 2. Farlig very quick at getting those 2 quick headshots. Junior and Floppy down, and that's taken one of the prongs of the approach out of the question.
Astralis think it's B right now.
Yeah, because Farlig just cleared long, right? So, yeah, this is a good opportunity for Complexity to get back in. Even if they get the bomb down, right? This fight needed to go FaNg's way. Now it's just 2 players.
Grim needs to get some kills right now.
Oh, Grim delivers 1 onto Glaive. He's going to need a little bit more than that, though. Config is the second fight, and that's too much for Grim to handle, leaving it all onto JT, who's out towards long. 1 kill onto Farlig. Now they're honed in on his position. There's going to be a lot of people hungry for his head, and JT able to get away with a couple. Time was starting to tick there, but Astralis will take it 7-1. Yeah, this is going to be hard to break through.
They're going to flash Config in aggressively.
Oh, he's going to go in for the fight, peeks around, and the play does not work. It likely would have been more effective to not do that, but see if the defense can hold strong enough here for Astralis anyway. Flank is going to get spotted by Junior. Grim able to follow up 2, and the kills all coming through here for Complexity. FaNg brings down BlameF, and they fight their way through the site. So easy pickings in the end for Complexity.
With the snipers.
Yeah, Complexity walking into the B site. It's just pistols here. Zip gets caught, awkward position. He couldn't see much, and Floppy gets the double on a Farlig and Glaive. Not bad at all, but yeah, double up retake of the B site in a 2v4, not gonna happen. So I'm gonna be hiding around the safe side of the wall. You'll save everything on over. So money's starting to build here for Complexity. The config, I think, seen them on the jump, so he can come back and actually play from water. Still really good setup here for Astralis, but
then already?
They didn't see him. Config didn't spot it, but now they know. Now they know, and they're gonna try and adjust to it. Zip is gonna get a double. JT and Floppy in with a couple, and Zipex again. Just another multi-kill hold on the B site. 14 and 7 right now for Zipex. That's 4 kills in the round.
3-man A stack early for Astralis. Looks like we'll see some aggression with that. BlameF is going to move into mid. Flash over the top for him to peek playground.
Oh, yeah, nice peek. BlameF gets caught though. Grim once again lights things up in the opening of the round.
Config is still close by.
Yeah. It's on Config to make sure that he gets this kill. But JT just spins and finds Config's head. That's frustrating. That's going to be one where you punch your keyboard a little bit, I think, Config.
They've got to overcome these 2 rifles.
Yeah, smoke's deployed in the site. JT rips apart Glaive. So the initial holder in Farlig. Not the cleanest opening out of Farlig right now. That's a sitter for a professional operator. He just couldn't quite get it over the line. Junior blinded. They're really aggressive here, Astralis, realizing they have the weaker weapons. It is better to try and take a risk, and a risk they will take. Glaive gets a double somehow, brings down 2 players in Complexity with the MP9, and switches out to the AK instead. Now Complexity in a pretty rough position. They're down 2 players, and they haven't really got any ground back. Look what they have to break through. When they go around this corner, there's 3 players waiting for them.
Oh, one of them's gone, but Glaive with the AK was set up to wait for those heads to peek over the top, and they're not ready for Config. He closes the half with 9 rounds for Astralis. Not looking too bad for them. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
He's going to be over here. He's going to spot it out first, and immediately as he peeks, it's BlameF straight away to the goosh and the kill on the follow-up. So much damage being done by Astralis. Finally, a shot goes back here for Complexity, but it is just 1. Bomb loose, second kill good for Floppy. This time through the smoke onto Config. Astralis need to put the bomb down. Glaive's picked it up, but he's going into the lion's den. He's going into the fight. Farlig's taking 1, but Glaive gets pushed on 2 sides. Good reactions here for Complexity, and the bomb is loose again for Astralis. They've got to go and pick it up. Luckily, it looks like Complexity are at least giving them that. You can pick up the bomb. You can even get a plant. But it means Complexity have to play this in a retake fashion.
Finally committing to that plant, but that's allowing time for Complexity to start to sneak up. Farlig stuck on the site.
Nice
He's
shot.
dealt with.
That's ridiculous.
Zipex has been playing well, though.
He has. Oh, chance perhaps on towards Junior. Was so low in health. The kit's been picked up. The kit has been picked up. The tap is there. Zip needs to go for the peek. If he takes out Junior, it just takes 1 bullet, but Floppy's covering him off. And the stick on the kit, it should be the defuse, but Zip peeks out, denies it, and gets the double. A clutch for Zip, added to the tally. 10 rounds for Astralis. Oh, a nice shot from Junior. That's Config out of there, and Glaive goes down as well to the American sniper.
This is one of the issues Astralis can have sometimes, not having the utility there on the bathroom's control now. They almost feel forced into moving into B, but this is a weak bomb site right now. Rotate's going to get here, though.
Oh, good kill from Grim. Bomb now loose, and the rest of the rotation is successful for Complexity.
Set up for Astralis.
Oh, 2 players on the right side. Zip doesn't get any of them, but he does pass information on, but Floppy holding. He can't stop the flop, it turns out. Finally, they put an end to him. It's FaNg holds for a double kill himself. It's great. Fantastic, in fact, from Complexity on the monster hold. Oh, Junior and Floppy. Couple of kills, no problem. Glaive.
The bomb's in party.
Yeah, able to get 1, but yeah, you bring up a great point. It's in a rough spot, but they have just left and gone back down into B, so it's coming back up his way. If Config can get a multi-kill, if he can lay down the law on a few players here, maybe This is the turning point for Astralis. Can Config get anything more than one done? That's the first. Second is good for Config. Can't hold for the third, but damage has already been inflicted upon Complexity, who now have to retake versus the two remaining players of Astralis. Bomb goes down, is locked in towards the site. It's BlameF and Glaive looking to close this one. Glaive sits on top of the truck, forced away by the Molotov, and he can't get away. FaNg will peek him, but the trade from BlameF is very quick. He'll go into the bathrooms instead to try and play out the rest of this round. One flash available for BlameF to try and buy some time, to try and make things a little difficult, and Junior will be blinded. Upon the peak, BlameF spots he's not on the defuse. He goes again, and this time is immediately greeted with a headshot.
Time Complexity with a more standard start to the round. They've got 3B, and they might need them. Astralis setting up outside this site. Oh, the monster aggression, oh no.
Oh, floppy, in fact, catching him looking the wrong way, but luckily Config gets the double. It is essential that Config is successful in those two fights, and BlameF able to open up through short two. JT's been spotted, jumping down, but Config once again delivering impact. His third kill of the round. The sleeping giant has arrived.
Yeah, and the rest of the team honestly might just fully save.
Oh, Zip. Kill on FaNg, he does find him, and the advantage picked up for Astralis. It is now looking so good for them to take this first map. BlameF has removed Floppy. It is now just Grim, JT, and Junior. Their map pick coming into the series. The map they were able to pick up versus Astralis.
Oh.
But it is not looking so good right now at all. Config, the lightning headshot, goes forward for another. And it is just a moment before Junior will go down. And Astralis lock themselves in victory. Fight towards outside. Astralis, heavy commitment towards this side of the map. It is FaNg who is there early. Config with one at least for Astralis, but two have gone the way of Complexity, putting it into a 4 versus 3. A lot of time still left as Zip has actually slipped his way out into towards the top side. He could cause a few problems here for Complexity.
Oh, nice shot from Grim on towards Glaive, and now Complexity can feel much more comfortable. Zipax is still sitting in position. He is going to make his move, but now he's been spotted. And now they might try and enclose on his position. Grim is still fighting. He goes down, but at long range, JT favored with the USP, and it's up to BlameF.
Yeah. He feels capable of doing so. He goes towards Decon to play this one. Bomb planted for him. Immediately takes the shot onto JT. Sees Floppy. Sees the smoke deployed under the bomb, and that will create a bit more pressure for BlameF. Junior has the kit sticking it inside of the smoke. Should be good enough to get the round win, and it will be. And Floppy ensures it with a kill on BlameF as well. So pistol picked up here for Complexity. The last time on Nuke was in the online competition. Rubet just before this. We got to see Junior actually adapt to some of the secret plays. He's going to be playing Ender with the rifle right now. And he's done well to get himself that first kill. A minute 5 seconds, Floppy sees the ramp presence, decides to drop back, and Config from Credit Card finds himself in a pesky position and deals damage from it. But Complexity, it's all about the ramp hold, and they've done very well. They've taken down the entire approach from Astralis, leaving just Config coming in from hell, and JT's going to turn to find him to bring him down.
Grim will be playing down Secret early, but Astralis not following the smokes outside. They're going for the A play, an early 1-for-1 trade, and Config gets that all-important kill. Trading Glaive early, but Junior's going to keep the numbers even.
Yeah, good pick from Junior on towards Config. It's important to keep it even for the time being, but the plant will come in. Astralis now have that down. And AK and an M4, but they back up into Grim, who waits outside of Squeaky. Now he starts to think about all the other positions Astralis could be playing from, and he did consider Farlig for a moment, but Grim gets caught with an aid in hand, and that's an easy kill for Farlig. BlameF plays from Hut, peeks up towards Heaven, and catches out Floppy, thrusting Junior into the clutch, and doesn't feel strong enough right now to go for that, so he is going to call it off, saving his AWP. 30 seconds. The pop for Astralis begins to come through. Floppy's got the first. Farlig is down. Grim flies up the vent. JT gets the lineup of two. Config and Glaive both go down. It's BlameF trying his best, but not impactful in the end. Can he hold it? He's got Junior here, and what a shot from ConFaNg, but Floppy, they have to realize he should be still around here somewhere, and BlameF will not leave that stone unturned. The kill's starting to come through for Astralis. 4 versus 2, down into the B site they will run. Grim is trying to get here in time to cause some problems, but he won't be there to deny the plant. With that bomb plant going down, Astralis pretty much confirmed the round win. Salvage, but ConFaNg is on top of it, spots out Grim. Another kill for Astralis, and it's now just FaNg, who might not get away with his life either. He's surrounded by Astralis players, and eventually ConFaNg will spot him, and just one bullet is enough, running wherever they want. But Junior has stopped BlameF with a no-scope, and JT stopped Farlig, so here we go. This is more like it from Complexity.
Now this round gets very interesting. Good timing on the peak from FaNg. Grim out in the open towards Yard. I don't think ConFaNg's expecting this position. Oh, maybe.
ConFaNg will be checked, will not check Grim. Grim has had a drought of kills throughout this one, but finally gets a little taste of victory again. It is short-lived as it puts him in the ground quickly after. But, you know, we talk about Zip makes his clutches, but yeah, this one probably ain't going into the book. So FaNg gets rid of Zip. A round picked up for Complexity, and
he might do that here, but it's an aggressive play from Complexity.
Yeah, it seems like Complexity were aware of that possibility too, so they try and meet them head on. Unfortunately for Junior, he goes down to the AWPer on the other side of things, but every other fight is going the way of Complexity. FaNg with a double, Farlig and ConFaNg both down, and that's the bomb loose. You want to get that back, Astralis, you got to go into FaNg, and he is having fun and outside right now. This is just incredible. Regarding ConFaNg's performance at the event, it was within 44 rounds that ConFaNg had played at Cologne. He had 12 kills in 44 rounds, and 29 deaths in 44 rounds.
Might be a fast play with these weaker guns.
Yeah, it's fast. And will Complexity handle the pace of this? It is quick out from Zip. 1 kill straight away. Second on the follow-up. Junior and FaNg getting at least a couple of kills. That's not a bad shot by Junior by any means. Quick and accurate. Bomb goes down. Astralis have forced it into the post plant. Will they be able to convert on this? It's do or die now for Complexity. You've got to go for the retake attempt. Here they go. Kills are in for Astralis. Just down to Floppy. The time too far gone. Not enough. And that is going to be a heartbreaking way to finish. You've got to feel Complexity had a good shot at that if they just went a little earlier. But Astralis will leave the first half with a 9-6 scoreline. They are beelining.
Seeing him have them so many times, but this time it is Zepex who's forced out of position early, and they're going to follow up onto the position he's fallen back to. He's still looking to land these shots. Complexity still looking to close that gap. They just can't get him. He keeps getting away.
Yeah, just keeps running away. The one that got away, but ConFaNg certainly won't let FaNg get away. JT, make sure the glaive is down on the jaw. Berettas aren't doing too much at all. ConFaNg gets into the vent and getting close and personal with a Glock. Never the best scenario to be in, so the kill goes JT's way. BlameF makes sure that he gets the quick trade back. Complexity and Floppy coming around the flank. I thought that was about to be a powerful position, but BlameF has other ideas and puts him in the ground. But Junior coming in from the same position. Once again, it is BlameF that goes around and stops that from happening. BlameF with 3 in the round, make it 4. He'll get back to the defuse. BlameF brings down all the Complexity players that were causing him any issue. And that has got to break the back of Cole. That is going to feel so rough. Well, BlameF is not going to have too many issues with that. But yeah, wow, indeed. Grim with a beautiful headshot. Just going to open up a chance to charge down into the lower bomb side. BlameF getting back over it alongside Farlig. Going to try and make this one happen together. FaNg with 1. Oh, Floppy on the follow-up. It's all crumbling for Astralis. You know, when you keep 3 players up, potentially there is still a chance to recover, but when those 2 kills come in that quickly, that's the knockout right there.
To see those sorts of shots coming in this round.
ConFaNg was 11-4 early in the game, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a way to get the kills back. He might just turn this in the entire round. He's got the kid on his back, and ConFaNg's coming out swinging, trying to find the last player, but time was ticking. He was forced to run out. He is the player within the site. He has got a little bit of help up from heaven with Farlig, but it is inevitable that Complexity are about to attack in towards him, so Glaive goes into them, and the 5-7 is shredding them. A double from the in-game leader of Astralis, and now his team have a little bit of time to start to regather and get back into the A site, but Farlig and Zip really need to do something there. And a couple of quick shots back from the side of Complexity is recovering this one nicely. Oh, a little bit of a scare there perhaps with Glaive on the double in the hut. His position, and that might just be the reason it works. JT comes around, Farlig gets away with it, and back in the man he goes.
Smoke walls put into play, and you can see there is an opening.
Yeah, Glaive, peeks out with a nade in hand, lucky to be alive. But it's information gathered that the play has come through main. He needs help from heaven, and BlameF will assist in that. Config goes down to Grim. Zip goes down in the lobby. The spin from Grim has delivered a couple of important kills here for Complexity. And Astralis is not as smooth sailing as they would have hoped for, but a kill from the AWP is rung out, and that's the bomb loose. Farlig has gone down, but Glaive making sure that the kill comes through, and BlameF closes the 12th round for Astralis. Zip up in the rafters alongside of him. It has been a bit of a quieter CT performance than we've seen on map 1 from Zip, but Glaive is nipped at the heels, come around the back of Junior, and it's all just crumbling. It's all coming to a halt. Complexity gets sandwiched and crushed, and really everything is gone from the round apart from FaNg, and he now joins them in that pile. 13 rounds for Astralis. And Config is in a good spot to try and deal with it first. Grim's head no longer attached. Config gets the double, sprays down, gets 3. Floppy and FaNg a couple of kills here for Complexity, but that is all they will be able to take. It is another moral victory, perhaps for a minor league coach, but it is down to Floppy to try and recover it. 5 seconds left on the timer, not enough time to put the bomb down, and they realize that. Astralis just playing with him right now. Running the clock down, 15 locked in. Series point for Astralis, elimination for Complexity looming. Going across into main if desired. The reaction to this is to find a gap on the top left side of it as BlameF boosts upon his teammate's head and takes down JT. Astralis have the answers to everything Complexity are throwing at them, and that has been the way for the whole series. Complexity had glimpses, moments of competition, but that might just be coming to a close. Glaive holds from main, peeks around the back, they line up. Glaive brings down 2, FaNg and Floppy both out of there. And it's Junior that goes down. Astralis will take out Complexity, they will stay afloat. They'll move forward here in Cologne and have a chance to move through from the play-in to the main event, but for Complexity, their loss streak extends to 10. And it's time to see if they can get a win down the line, but not to be here in Cologne.